welcome at the next Service Design Conference. You just had a presentation about Deutsche Telekom's new innovation, Me Time. And could you please wrap it up again for those who were not here at the conference? What is the innovation about?
Our innovation Me Time is about a service which kind of answers the needs of someone who has been in the communication field for a lot more than necessary. So nowadays, if we're communicating on so many different channels, on email, Facebook, texting, WhatsApp, Foursquare, and so forth. And we've observed in our service design process that there's a real digital hangover, that people have, reached a point where they do not want to communicate anymore. They want to cut off. And that is obviously not a very good news for a telecom service provider like we are at the moment. So we as Creation Center have sat down after our research to come up with solutions to provide a service, for moments when you're actually shutting off, when you're actually wanting your me time. And that service actually helps you, on one hand, to filter incoming calls, and on the other hand, to kind of accumulate messages and information right after, when you're coming back from your me time into the kind of online world again. And it's actually all automated, and the idea is really that, we're helping people to deal with this issue.
How did you identify the problem? Was it so tangible? People stopped using email, or like they had breaks, or what was that initiated?
Well, we have been approached by one of our product managers, Thomas Welzel, who's working for the product innovation development, and we were actually approached with the question, how can presence be part of the mobile phone? And we went out and did a research about Community 3.0, and we had lots of different findings, and one of those observations which we had working with really extreme users was that they had so many channels open on their screens, and they're really saying, okay, on Fridays I shut everything off because I want a break. And if you have this observation for extreme users, you might as well kind of think, okay, so what if that accumulates even more over the years, and it did over the past years? It's obviously a problem which is not only for extreme users but also for kind of the mass. And that's when we really kind of discovered this is an interesting and really serious issue we need to tackle.
Yeah, so we're talking today about service design, and your product is developed through service design, since you're really close contact with customers. And we heard tons of ideas about key factors of service design. Could you identify a few key elements on the basis of your experience working on Me Time?
Well, I think in order to conduct a successful service design project, first of all, you need a very interdisciplinary team. So you need people from different backgrounds to really sit together around a platform to kind of bring in opportunities and views from different viewpoints. I think then you obviously need tools and methods to guide you through this whole process, various long steps, in order to open up and then close again and really focus on the actual question. You have to be not afraid to iterate and go a step back and forth. So I think it's a really flexible, fuzzy process. And then at the end of the day, you really have to take that step and implement and do, and not only talk. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the challenging part at the end of the day.
Deutsche Telekom is a really innovative company. They have a lot of initiatives like T-Labs, Hubram, and how all these different innovative areas intertwine.
I think we're all somewhat connected. I mean, interestingly enough, we're currently connected because we're all currently, or will be in the future, in one building, in the Winterfeldstraße in Schöneberg in Berlin. And I think there's, on one hand, links on a personal kind of work mode level, and then there's also, links also from let's say internal political kind of point of view. But at the same time, I think it's also important to have several small divisions all kind of pushing from different directions to really change the culture and really kind of live the innovation culture in a large corporation like the Deutsche Telekom.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.